Bit of an overkill with the Lahudibs at the end there, but we do what we must. We got slowed. Should just, yeah, toss out Iron Shot on most of the little buddies here. How have we not been flayed yet? Did you get changed? No, you still flay. Yeah, illusionary wounds and whatnot. That's why it's normally important to be able to take these buddies down quickly, in case you're stuck at fake low health. The first time I ran into that enemy, it was just sheer panic mode because I thought I actually took all that damage somehow in one turn. Is that they halved my experience twice in a row. Oh, speaking of, I just said experience, but health was what I was talking about, right? I think I read the word because we just picked up 2 potions of experience. Maybe we already had one and we just picked up a second one, but either way, that changes things. Oops, let's not accidentally turn anything on here. Let's drink one of these. So we drink a potion experience and then we can decide where it gets diverted here. Oh wait, summoning. Oh crap, I thought summoning was set to just hit level 10. Let's turn that off. Then yeah, get pull-ums up to min delay so we can just turn that off. That's actually kind of nice. You know, yeah, dodging is really hard to level up. Let's do it. We've reached level 27 too. Wow, we've maxed out. There we have it. No more levels ever again, which means all of our innate abilities that are at the strongest they'll ever be as well. With AC plus 20 just passively, absolutely incredible. Oh right, this natural RN is also part of what's allowing us to, or allowed us to switch rings here. Very cool. So we can still drink potions of experience, regardless of not being able to gain levels. We can still obviously increase our skill abilities here. So probably, yeah, might as well just drink this right away. No reason to just hang on to it in our back pockets here. Again, say no to summoning. Let's even focus. If I focus dodging, it only goes up 0.1, but we'll take it. Before you damage resist or damage rebound, let's take that buddy out. And then, oh right, we should also, I'm an idiot. We should just LRD so that these kids blow each other up. That's always fun. And that one. And that should do it. Oh, not quite. Close. Tab, 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 tab. Oh, we got marked. Oh, that's probably something that I should pay more attention to. Where is my nearest stairwell is what I was gonna say. Downstairs aren't very safe because it's the final floor there, so there may be an interesting little vault. Our upstairs, we even shift X so that we have better view. Yeah, a couple down here, one all the way up there. But if we go through explored territory, we're not going to run into enemies coming at us from the direction we're heading. Most likely, unless there have been some wanderers, I guess. And, you know, this was not too shabby at all to just run away a little bit, draw them towards us. Ooh, we're unexplored territory. Bad play, bad play. And there we go. Let's try and LRD these ghosts. See how that does, just to make my job a little bit easier. Ooh, damage rebound. Should be okay. They were low enough health that time that I didn't feel too risky and just still attacking through that. Keep it going. Wait, what? Is that a puppy? Oh, it's a dream sheep zombie. Very... Looks like it was such a cute animal before. I've never seen a dream sheep sheared of all of its mesmerizing dream wool. Really makes you think. ZG to get our flame thing that pierces. Really want to take out that mage before they summon anything. Summons are definitely one of the more painful elements of the game. Even if just in terms of annoyance, not even sheer difficulty. Perfect. Almost done. Crypt 2 here. Now that we're flying, we're no longer slowed down by water and stuff. Might have never remembered to turn back on our flying if it hadn't been for that little secret vault there. Okay, again at the stairs here. Let's take the opportunity to reassess. I thought that might be a negative ring. I feel like we found most of the positive rings already, so unidentified ring was kind of strange. Anything else in this inventory that's out of place? I think 3 slots was about what we were seeing at before. Yeah, we're up to 7 haste potions, 7 heal. We're definitely starting to look to be in a pretty good place for whichever rune we go for and for getting through Zot in one piece. Ooh, it's the gargoyle one. I don't mind at all. Turn our power against our own kind here. Absolutely disintegrating anybody and everybody. It's so satisfying. Yeah, so Crypt 3 can have really cool special layouts like this. Definitely makes things interesting. Wait, so I could go like this, right? I could just stand here. You fools. You fools. Oh, this is so embarrassing for these skeletons. Starts to run away. That's fair. We can mostly, yeah, tab our way through most of these fights. Skeletons are weaker versions than even the zombie forms are in terms of how much damage they deal relative to whatever creature they were in life. So usually can just keep tab fighting through most of those buddies. All the textures of the walls here give me such PTSD flashbacks of Tomb. Died in Tomb multiple times, and it's also, I think, one of the hell areas that you can go through. I had a very sad experience in dying to sheer hubris. It was one of those like ancestor skeleton buddies, the ones in the red armor. No reason that they should have been able to kill me, but I just was not paying attention whatsoever, thinking it was an easy fight, hold down the direction key until dead. So much regret on that one. But at least it's usually the kind of mistake, ooh, don't blue dibs ourselves, kind of the mistake that you only make the one time. So that's good. Just the right amount of regret. It's nice when the vampire's waist turns, turning invisible too, because we don't have to switch ourselves to deal with that. Oh yeah, blood fountains and whatnot. Oh, it's a vampire keep here. Wonder if Jory was just out on a stroll and this is where he normally shacks up. Because actually, yeah, kind of just thinking about mistakes and hoping that they're not fully punishing you with death and you can survive another day to not make them. My partner and I just watched, what was it called? Love and Monsters on Netflix yesterday. Oh, food has definitely arrived. Poor doggo. And she's right next to us here because instead of barking at the door, she immediately puts herself away into the hallway / bedroom right next door. Which is normally great, but what a goof. Ooh. Scary lich buddy here, an ancient lich. In fact, before we do that, let's do a little XV action. Because, yeah, definitely hit pretty hard with their spells. Banishment, luckily we don't have to worry about too much here. We have a decent will resistance, so that is awesome. But these are definitely scary buddies with a lot of resistances. Scary if we didn't have Blue Dip's Crystal Spear, I would argue, though, because, yeah, that's pretty straightforward, if still a little bit scary. And is that the whole floor? It's got to be... Oh no, there's another whole wing. Cool. Probably just looting that one. Let's take this as a second then to... Where's safety? This is kind of safe. Let's read identify. Figure out what all this stuff does. That is a lot of AC, but we're not going to go back to chainmail, I don't think. I'm having too much fun being able to cast shatter. Holy, another int +6 ring. No, we don't really need it though. That's wacky. I was just talking with Babs in chat a bit ago about octopodes, and this is the run where you really want an octopode. Actually, yeah, so we have 6. We're wearing a 6 and a 5 right now. Wearing a 6 and a 5. We've seen a 4, a 2 intelligence, and another 6 intelligence. Oh, I should be adding these up. I'm counting how many intelligence rings and not actually adding up the numbers, but 12, 17, 21, 23, and I could be missing something, but at least plus 23 intelligence off of rings if we were able to wear all of them at once. Pretty awesome, and even in this situation, without being able to wear them, it just means that we're a little spoiled for choice, and we can make whatever decisions we'd like. Got in 1 LRD there on the skeleton. Yes. Destroy from the inside. Ooh, I don't like you, so we'll use our piercing attack, and then who dibs. Awesome. And there we go. This is like the skeleton graveyard of the whole keep here, I guess. Oh yeah, it very much was just like a little mausoleum or something. Come over here, Phantom. Yeah, I can't hit you through the glass. Let's go back here. Ouch, that hurt, buddy. You take a little bit of LRD and call me in the morning. Fancy two-handed sword up there. Ooh, scary. So yeah, the Lich summoned Tits the middle? I think Tits middle? Tits the middle. Tits the middle. Trying to try out the different sound combinations of the TZ there, but it's always weird when, yeah, creatures spawn summons that are scarier than they are at this point, because these buddies have Torment, which is never fun, even though we're at least in a better shot than a lot of characters because we're made of stone, so those undead things don't affect us much. But ouch, Blizzard Demons with their dang old airstrike. This is why we gave up on flying in our youth. So let's take out this Lich. There we go. Stop summoning things, you monster. Perfect. Oops. Another ancient Lich. Ended up being just way easier than the full-blown, or from not the full-blown, but the much weaker Lich itself. Funny how that works. Ooh, bunch of spell books. Learn nothing new. Yeah, I read that one before, I guess. But still a nice little cache of loot here in the final floors of Crypt. And this is definitely as far as we go in this little branch, because yeah, Tomb, the next section that leads out from here, that we saw the entrance for, is probably the hardest section in the game. Depending on character, of course, there are always exceptions to that kind of thing, but in general, that's definitely the scariest for most 15 rune players. I say as if I'm highly experienced and have done so many times, which is not true. But I do feel relatively comfortable in general, I guess. That much is true with the game. And making it to that point, it's just that Tomb itself, I probably should clear a few more times before I'll actually be able to fully declare that I'm comfortable with it, I guess. Ooh, look at that though, a bunch of sneaky little treasure vaults in this final section. But that should do it. And I totally forgot to double check on some skill stuff. Oh, polearms went over with that experience potion. Really? Interesting. Didn't think that would happen. Well, right now we're only training dodging. Probably not great. There's probably something we could be doing with that. Right. Maybe I should have thrown a few levels into poison just to get OTR to like 2 or 3%. 1 or 2% would probably be ideal there. Dum. Also, never identified the necklace. So yeah, Amulet of Faith, this is the one, the necklace, that is pretty much the sole reason why I always identify necklaces. Because if you don't need the piety, it's a pain in the butt. Because you put it on, it's a wasted slot, and then in order to, or if you take it off, you'll have to regain all the piety you lost, which is no good. But that is that. So, without any more excuses or lollygaggling to do, it's definitely third rune time. I probably want to do vaults. There's something so satisfying about going down to vaults 5, especially if you're playing as a character who's most likely strong enough to just park my butt down on the center and start blasting. I may live to regret those words though. But yeah, I think I'm pretty much good to go. We'll come to skills here. I actually should have maybe earlier changed evocations to even as high as 20. Why not? We don't need experience anywhere else. I don't see the harm. And then what else was I thinking of maybe popping on here in the background just for a bit of ambient? Oh, that poison? No, maybe it's kind of pointless at this point to do poison. I think I'll just deal with that 5% failure chance if we end up wanting to use whatchamacallit, the OTR Ignite Poison combo just for fun. The one really nice part about that is it is really handy for clearing out like vault wardens. They're hidden behind enemies because they're usually not wearing poison resistant stuff. Oh, one last thing before we go. As I always seem to be saying lately, I should make sure we have everything prepped. We could up our AC a little bit, maybe. Find enchant A for enchant armor. Ooh, let's go to the one in vaults 2. That's, oh, real close, right? That's just outside. Look at that. So we can use this one up. Perfect on our fire dragon scales here. The other 3 I do still kind of want to save for that trove, even if we just like enter it as a bit of a victory lap on our way up or something. I don't know, maybe we won't find storm dragon scales. I should actually storm dragon. Okay, good to double check that, make sure I'm not doing anything embarrassing and leaving one line on the floor somewhere. No, I think we're pretty much all set. We have 1 potion of magic for emergencies, which is definitely solid. Let's go to V4. Don't accidentally hit 5 here because we don't want to pop down the stairs until we are absolutely ready here. All right. How many... Oh, get a good stretch in. Don't block the camera with my hands, though. It's probably not the play there. But how many stops do we want to pull here? Because we could play this extremely cautiously and try and absolutely nuke everything with every available option. Or we could try and lowball it a little bit at the start here and see if we can't save things for the really hairy situations that may arise. Double check my spells. I probably... Ooh, I should bring a Spellforge Servitor in pretty quick, probably. Oh, except Shatter will destroy it. Let's still probably do it. So yeah, things like Shatter, the one downside is that they do hurt any of your allies. So if we want to summon in this Spellforge Servitor buddy, it'll be awesome because they will probably take out a monster every 1 or 2 casts of their LCS. But Shatter will hurt them. I think that they are flying, so they will take reduced damage, which does help out there. And I don't think they can be turned against us because they're not sentient. Spellforge Servitor. Sentient allies will turn against you and be very upset at your transgressions. Okay. Well, I think there's nothing to do but take the final steps. I usually like to drink a potion of haste. You know what? I might even do a potion of brilliance here. What does this even do? Yeah, the powers of the spell. Wait, it halves their mana cost? Is that new? What? Has this always done that? Is this why brilliance potions are good? Wait, do I have any might potions? Are might potions different? What do they... No, okay, that does what I think it does. Okay, definitely drinking a potion of brilliance. That's awesome. So now our spells are gonna pretty much, especially... Oh my gosh, Shatter's only gonna cost 4. And it's almost always going to replenish a whole lot more than that. Here goes. Okay, so we fly downwards and we see a Deep Elf Knight, 24 Vault Guards, a Tango Reaver, a Deep Elf Archer. A Vault Guard is wielding a +1 Holy Sword, Longsword of Holy Wrath. A Vault Guard is wielding a +2 War Axe of Venom. It's always important to read through all of these just to make sure that nobody's wearing like a piece of armor that's resistant to your main source of damage, or I like to look out for distortion branded weapons because they will always have a chance to send you to the abyss, I think even with a high will chance. Interesting. Okay, and everyone starts shouting and bringing all the enemies in because we are in the center of the level here. I could read a magic mapping just for funsies to give us a good idea of where everyone's coming from. But maybe I want to keep those for even just mapping out most of the Zot floors. Yeah, I think so. So, let us, Zed, Spellforge Servitor, is coming in hot. And they will, I believe, cast Crystal Spirit 3D36. Holy cow. Yeah, that's going to absolutely delete anyone it hits, I think. Very cool. And then, yeah, maybe I stick to some single targeted stuff for now. Wait until the real scary enemies show up and then start blasting. You know what? Nah, even this, close enough, right? This might be a waste. I'm going to take out all the popcorn and wish that I had easier ways to replenish mana in the future, but... Actually, yeah, hold up. Resist. Hold the shatter. The shatter's time will come. Instead, OTR. Let's start just poisoning all these buddies so that they're real close to being taken out the second it becomes necessary. Because wow, we're not actually making very much noise here. I feel like most of the time that I'm doing this, I'm blasting with ignition and just drawing the whole floor. This is actually kind of working out. The thing I'm debating is if I want to just ignite poison. It's so satisfying to kill all these buddies. My satisfaction, does that weigh out over my safety and concern for the well-being of GrEE? Maybe? Maybe? You know, just one little ignite poison. Killed 1 Vault Guard, killed 2 Vault Guards, killed 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess that was 10 or 11 Vault Guards and 1 elf as well. But man, that combo is so good. And you can have those 2 spells, like Shatter is incredible, but it's so hard to get up and castable. The OTR Ignite Poison combo, if you can find these 2 spells, are available so early, and it's just so strong. There's also a staff. I don't know if this staff still exists. There was a staff. It was Olgreb's like wizard staff and allowed you to cast OTR. just by evoking it. So that was a really fun, I think that was a null build I had where I just had to learn Ignite Poison. Really ramped up. Ooh, I don't like this High Priest here. That's what you are, right? Yeah, High Priest. So I will LRD that buddy and just a bit of a targeted nuke. Okay, Vault Guard is fine. Let's maybe get some more toxic energy going off of us. Ooh, what hit us, actually? Was just the bolt hitting us? Really? That hit surprisingly hard, buddy. Well, keep making people more poisoned around us. Oh, okay. So, Vault Warden. This is the buddy who's gonna lock up the stairs on us, so I'm just gonna take everyone around me upstairs. Now's not a time to get cocky or feel like we can take on the world there. Might as well just come up. Oh, right, my potions. Whatever. I'll still heal up here. And then we might not even use potions. We'll go back down and see how it goes. This buddy can airstrike, and we are currently flying. So we stop flying. Everyone here should be able to be poisoned. Where does it list your items? Not there. It's when I mouse over you. Just making sure that this buddy is not resistant to poison, because that definitely throws a bit of a wrench into the gears here. But otherwise, we just start radiating poisonous energy. And then we should be able to take out that Vault Guard if necessary. So maybe I will actually just Lahudib's Crystal Spear the Titan. And let us actually bring in our Spellforce Servitor too. This buddy can help us out. We'll one-shot the Warden, make sure that we can... Now we can head upstairs without having to worry about it being locked off for us, which is good. Do you have... Okay, you're not the one with Damnation, but Crystal Spear, definitely still a frightening prospect potentially. Let's Ignite Poison, just see how many of these buddies we take out. That would maybe get a bit more mana back for that. Back to radiating poison, and we just gotta keep going through this nice loop of getting enemies nice and poisoned. Once you cast OTR, it lasts for a couple turns here, and just constantly or consistently making enemies more poisoned. So we can definitely cast other spells or whatnot, let that do its job. Wow. So what was that, a Crystal Spear? Crystal Spear hit us. I'm heading upstairs. Always play it nice and safe here. There's no real reason to... Oh, you're a living axe. Whoops. Good thing the game doesn't let me rest. I'm not as smart as my character, it turns out. Yeah, no reason to play risky there. Might as well just come back up, heal up. Enemies will have crowded in a bit to the noise. We still never shattered or anything. Wow, this is a big crowd for not having pulled out those guns. Ooh, I'm constricted. So constricted is another one, as we saw when we were clearing Snake much earlier in this very run. Constricted is another scary way to be prevented from going upstairs. I think I might just shatter. It's gonna make a whole lot of noise, draw even more enemies here. But it does actually open up even more possibilities of using some of the fancier techniques that are possible in this section. So maybe we'll do that. Even if things go a bit scary here, we should be able to figure it all out. And now... Ooh, I'm still constricted. Oh no, I'm not. This turn just hasn't resolved yet because everything was still blowing up. Well... I think we just keep shattering at the moment. Just let that entire action log fill up with kills here. Actually, yeah, the very first time I cleared Vaults 5, it was with a caster that had Ignition, and it was the first time I'd seen something to this extent, but that one, if you have Ignition and you cast it right when you come down into Vaults 5, it instant kills every vault warden buddy or whatever they're called, the normal ones, that isn't wearing some kind of resist fire just instantly deleted. So I have a picture saved on my computer somewhere that's just screenshot after screenshot of full texts of just this kind of stuff, except explosions and explosions. Okay. Well, if it's not ain't broke, let's just keep shattering. We're not losing any mana doing this. We're just slowly but surely taking out everything that approaches. Oh, we lost 2 mana there. Ooh, oh no. Start having to... Oh, we gained it back. Never mind. Okay, now we just wait a couple turns as everything is pulled towards the noise. And that looks about like enough enemies to potentially get a few kills. We did take some damage, so that's always scary. Shatter again. That should take out most of them. Oh, I thought for sure this Vault Warden would be dead by now and we wouldn't have to worry about being locked out. A little bit scarier than thought, and yeah, the Tengu Reaver here is flying, so again they're taking slightly less damage from our earthquake-based abilities. I mean, I could just poison. Let's do it. Throw out some poison, and then we can ignite that, and that will hurt both of these buddies. That's kind of the other really cool part about the Olgreb's Ignite Poison combo, is it gets past a lot of resistances, because you can try and poison something, and then if they take fire damage, or especially if they're susceptible to fire, you can use Ignite Poison, or you can leave it as just poison. I guess I'm talking about its versatility, but things are resistant to poison. That's where it's kind of screwed over, which makes sense. So immediately backpedaling on my sales pitch, which is exactly how you make a good sales pitch, right? That's how you convince the people. Oh, another warden showed up, but we did actually clear this, so we could head upstairs if we wanted here, or try. I think I'm gonna shatter once more though, and that should take out a lot of this. Crip. Yeah, did pretty well. And then LCS the dragon, and then head upstairs. Get me out of here. Okay, so a little riskier than I should have been. Probably as soon as we're hitting around the half health point is when we should at all costs just get upstairs, get safe. But sometimes you gotta be just a little bit cheeky. Oh my gosh, that Storm Dragon scales. We can enter the Trove. Okay, Quicksilver Dragon. You do something annoying, don't you? Jeez. That's quite the text color choice. Quicksilver Bolt though. Dispelling energy. Oh, so it removes enchantments. Oh, that's fine. Okay, we're not super reliant on enchantments at the very least here. Also, poison, poison, poison. So let us just keep throwing out this radiance and then blowing people up. In fact, I think you actually, I know we just looked at you a bunch, but you also hit pretty hard, right? 45 versus metal splinters actually kind of hurts. Where's your damage though? 30. And then yeah, you're fine. We won't even look at the ogre there. LCS this dragon. And then oh, boulder beetle. So I don't want to kill you, which works because you're not poisoned. So I can ignite poison pretty safely. Oh, I didn't realize there was a cloud of poison there. Luckily, I'm not standing in it. I don't think. I don't see fire around me at the very least here. But definitely continuing to draw all of our buddies in here. I think I do want to keep this gargoyle alive just a moment longer to keep this boulder beetle in check. I have devastation. Okay, you just hit. Not too worried about that. Always want to be careful that I'm not going to get mutated or paralyzed by something unexpectedly here. Blow everything up that is currently poisoned, and that should do pretty well for itself. Very well, actually. The Boulder Beetle is down, so let's maybe start deleting some of these closer monsters here. Hoodip's Crystal Sphere, just so strong. Oops. Oh, we've miscast OTR. Oh right, it's the 5%. Dang, that might actually happen more often than I'd like. I don't like being hit by Eden and the Fire Giants, so we're pulling up the big guns and we're shattering these bad boys. The Tengu Reaver will not really balk at that whatsoever, but everything else that comes on screen here is getting relatively wrecked. Are you flying, you giant iron dragon? No, you're not. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, most of the stuff here should still take a hit. We're at the 20 mana mark, so we can afford to initiate Shatter Protocol. Nice. Go back up to 35. Not too shabby. Take out the Tengu Reaver with an Iron Shot, and then LCS the dragon here. What is smiting us? Oh, the Sphinx. You're flying probably, right? With those big old wings? Yeah, you are. And you're out of range. We're heading upstairs. Right, below half health, head upstairs. Let's not even think about it. Let's not risk it. Should probably learn some skills other than just evocations, even though that's pretty sweet. Oh, I didn't even use Condenser Vein? Wow. Yeah, we're not even close to unlocking full potential here, because if we really wanted to get wacky there, we could have scrolled it of Immolation and then like Condenser Vein and just really caused havoc. But it's kind of nice keeping it a little bit simpler, less chance of random things going wrong, especially things that I'm less comfortable with, like Scrolls of Immolation. Super fun, but very dangerous, even with the crazy amount of resist fire that we have going for us here. But what was I just thinking? I want to check a spell thing. No, skills, right? That's what we were doing. Jeez, brain. Gotta keep up here. It's tempting to, yeah, train up more armor, but again, our AC is already at a pretty sick point. Maybe I will, because that will help a little bit with failure chances on spells as well, since we're wearing the dragon scale. Let's focus that too. Maybe turn fighting on in the background, and this time we'll bring fighting up to 16 for funsies. Let's go. It's so hard to read the screen now. Like, it wasn't that bad, but just with having cleared out all the walls and there being so many items, I'm so scared of missing out on like a sentient weapon just standing next to me. But okay, Sphinx. Ooh, Iron Shot range. Get out of here. Oh, you might come back to life. Because, what is this thing? They're like spirit bound or something. Hold up. I go to the Necromancer. Find souls. That may cause them to rise his simulacra. Cool. I was wondering why it didn't always seem to do it, because I thought that was the effect, but that does make sense. Let's make all the noise. Just get it started right away here. Storm Dragon can be LCS'd because they're taking less damage. That's more things that don't fly. So we lost 2 mana, we gained 3 mana, we gained 4 mana with that. Beautiful. Ooh, we just got pushed off the stairs by this big old dragon buddy. That's not great. I'll still shatter. It's, yeah, dealing less damage to some of these buddies, but does take out that iron dragon pretty quick. Pretty quickly. And then I'm tempted to just pop upstairs. Right? I mean, here, let's bolt these guys. LCS a couple of others. LCS that buddy. Okay, now more people have shown up. Whoa, that staff is too big for you, friend. Yeah, so I was a little risky there with my mana use and stuff because I just wanted to expend a bunch before we popped upstairs. Trying to take out what enemies we could. So now, ooh. a shatter will almost guaranteed give us more mana than it costs, because I'm guessing it kills everything in like this portion of the screen. All these Yaktars and Orcs. So I'd like to take out... I'd like this gold dragon to be walking towards us is what I really want. Can I do it? Yes. Because I want to spend a lot of mana trying to take out the gold dragon, who I'm scared of, because everything else here can just get absolutely deleted. We'll see how much mana we regain from that. Back up to full. Nice. That was my sneaking suspicion. We'll keep shattering here since it's definitely working out for us. I mean, the Zot timer was partially put into the game to stop people from just making too much noise at the stairs. Or I guess not even, it's not that specifically, it's more so that the optimal play would be to like sit at a stair and just yell constantly, bring enemies to you. No need to risk anything, you have infinite time. But I use Shatter to do it. I feel like it draws enemies in fast enough with how much noise it makes that it's a bit more sustainable even with the Zot clock, potentially. Oh, you. Take. That Storm Dragon scales, very, very important to us. I should be looking a little more closely at what we were passing over there, but I'm mostly just pressing O on every pile here, because I think that I didn't recognize anything too fancy, and we will be doing the usual control F dot strategy to make sure we're not leaving anything too fancy on the floor here, because this floor is another one that's extremely easy to just leave littered with beautiful pieces of equipment. It's just too much going on. No, do not hit ourselves with LCS. It'll probably hurt really badly. Ooh, there's the rune. And, oh, Pearl Dragon scales. Wait, that has encumbrance of 11. That's slightly heavier, right? Oh, it's not. It's the same. Oh, these are really rare to find. So that would give us slightly more armor. Goes up by 2. Ooh, but we don't have any enchant scrolls. That's interesting, though. Like, here, okay, I think we're safe here. Let's take off our armor. Okay, no, we would have to find a different source of resist fire, I guess, if we did switch off of that, so maybe not quite as viable as it seems at first blush here. But let's definitely ignore that one. Perfect. And we've already read this, but let's sit down and take a read of the book again. Sip my drink too. Okay. Ooh, we got an amulet of reflection. That's probably better than my amulet magic, right? Or, oh yeah, it does give us shielding +5, so it is worth it. I was gonna say, if it's just the effect, then we already have it on our shield, and it might not be stackable, but just a little bit of extra shielding helps that happen more often, so definitely will take that. Elf Mage. Ooh, you were carrying a fancy sword. So yeah, at this, or in this version of the game, enemies can only pick up items if they do so before you have seen the item yourself, which definitely makes these chambers always kind of interesting, because there are a lot of really good swords and pieces of armor in the vaults. It used to be the case that monsters could just pick up any items, and that was definitely a bit of an interesting feature in its own, because it led to a whole lot of being, yeah, very careful where you dropped anything powerful, potentially even dropping the best weapons you find into lava if you're not going to use them yourself, because you definitely don't want that in the hands of something horrifying. I might as well exude some toxicity while we're wading through combat here. Tap, 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 tap. Nothing to fear there. At this point, we're just cleaning up. We're through the scary part of Vaults 5 here. Just in the honeymoon phase, we can relax a little bit. Let's read identify right on this buddy. No, not as good as the other rings we found, so we will just say ignore that. We will just say ignore disintegration as well. That's all good. Without that in my books, I think. And finish off the cleanup here. Ooh. Unarmed combat? No, probably ignore that. Manuals are really handy for if you want to make fun transitions into different skills late in the game, though. So always happy to find them, even if we don't currently need them very much. Ooh, and I don't think there are many friends for that Convoker to recall in towards us there, even if we hadn't managed to kill them so quickly. Wow, there we have it. And that's that, I guess. Oh, finish up. Oh, Ring of Vanity. I didn't even notice when we picked this up. That's garbage. Let's just drop it. Perfect. And, what else I want to do? Oh, right. Find and look on the floor. Let's make sure we're not missing anything here. My God, didn't notice this at all. That was definitely sitting around somewhere. Not something I'm interested in. It is two-handed. So, would rather keep around my shield, I believe. No, what was the enchantment on that? Oh, +8. Okay, if it was a wacky, like +15 or something. Oh, actually, Corrode is kind of bleh, but Speed is a really nice brand. Because it's equally useful against everything. Don't have to worry about resistances and whatnot. So that is actually kind of tempting, but we're probably good without. Perfect. I did see the scale mail and just totally forgot about it. But go to that. So Control G and Enter will just continue your last like inputted movement sequence. Let's head here and identify that. Harm and strength +4, not even a little bit. Cool. Well, at least we know that it's garbage, and that should be that. So let me Control F, enchant A. We're heading right for Snake 3, getting all those enchant armor scrolls. Oh man. Oh, get a good stretch in after Vaults 5 clear. Can always be happy about that. Let's not use these in the wrong place because it's the only source we have. Storm Dragon Scales. Storm Dragon Scales. Hopefully, I should have maybe double checked that this is what the Trove wants, but, well, Trove is in Elf 1, +3 Storm Dragon Scales. It's not Control F, Control G, E1. Let's go to Elf 1. This is exciting. Oh, I should have just Control F, Trove or something. Would have taken us right there. In fact, we're going to do it anyway here. Trove, take me home. So yeah, these never know what items they'll ask for. Sometimes very impossible, but this one was super doable. And I'm happy to sacrifice it. Heck yeah, give that away. What you got? Ooh, a weapons trove. So let's burn through some identify scrolls. See if there's even just a stat stick, something that we can hold around and just wave at enemies as we fling off our spells. Nope, none of these so far. I'll check the trident. Nope, draining is only really good against living things. Masterwork demon trident. Ooh, what you got? Ooh, kind of garbage in terms of an actual weapon. But another source of will and mana +9, like that is another shatter. That's another 2 shatters if we're chugging a brilliance potion with it. I'll at least carry that one out with me, even if we don't use it. It's kind of fun. Thanks. So I was hoping for some, like, unrand arts. Certain special artifacts here are the same in every game, or when they do show up, they're the same ones. And usually treasure troves are where I find a nice batch of them. At least if I get a weapons trove like this, I guess kind of conditional on that. But this one's all rand arts, or rand arts and random magical items, which is a bit of a rarity, but still very cool. I'm happy we didn't spend anything too important because this wasn't a great get, but can't complain because it didn't really cost us much. Just 3 AC that we could have given ourselves through upgrades, but don't need. Alrighty, that's that. Always want to make sure you grab anything you need because collapsed entrance at the end here. And holy cow. Just like that, we're 3 runes deep. Oops, I'm not pressing the right keys. It's shift and right bracket. That's the one. We got our 3 runes, which means there's really no excuse anymore. And I think it's time to head down to Zot, clear through that, and maybe even get our escape in today. That could be exciting, especially since I'm excited for what we're going to start on after we get through this run. It was, yeah, very much meant to kind of just see the game, and it's done all right so far to do so. I guess if we wanted to be a good tour guide, we probably should go into slime, maybe even dip our heads into the vestibule of hell, but no real reason to risk it either. Kind of happy to let GrEE live a long, happy life on the surface. And we'll save the crazy runes and the sections for the future on different characters, I think. So with that in mind, let us go. Or actually, Control F first, and let's find mapping. I want to pick up the magic mapping scrolls that we just had 1 that we left on the Floor of Depths. I'll still take it though. Left this sitting outside of the gates to the abyss here, which we might as well pick it up because we probably will be throwing it down in Zot here. And then yeah, how are we doing? Control F, mutation will show so many potions of mutation, so if bad things happen in that regard, we should be in a savable spot at the very least. Do I want to carry around 1 potion of mutation for emergencies? It's generally not something you want to drink in an emergency situation because you don't know how it's going to turn out on the other end. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll come grab it if need be and all that. Okay. So with 3 runes, we're finally ready to enter the realm of Zot, but before we do so, I do need a refill in my drink here. So I'm going to run and do that, should be about 30 seconds or so, and then we'll be back and see how the final branch of the game goes for us on GrEE here. I'll be right back, see ya. Okie dokie. Ooh. As per usual, leaving my room exposes me to how cold the house actually is outside of this sort of safe, warm space that I've cultivated here with the warmth of my computer. But, alrighty. Let's head into Zot. As we do so, we'll insert the 3 runes we've collected in to unlock it. Oh, so fancy. Smoke explodes out. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, so the orb interferes with our translocations here a little bit. It got changed a little bit because originally, yeah, I guess to simplify it, we'll just say, yeah, originally, It made teleportation scrolls take a lot longer to activate, but then it also made controlled teleports impossible. But I believe that was changed in this version of the game, 0.26, and you can now teleport. As always, I could be mixing up my versions. I never know when it's something that was on trunk and that I just am completely overlapping in my brain, but I think that's right. Won't be relevant on this character unless we end up using like a blink scroll. Maybe we will though, and we can find out the hard way if it's possible. We'll see. But otherwise, Zot definitely has its fair share of scary monsters, full of dragons, a lot of these draconians, and they travel in packs. So this is where you definitely want your elemental resistances on point. But we do have one of the secret weapons for dealing with those herds in our arsenal here, because the OTR Ignite Poison combo is mostly useless in Zot. Almost every other critter, with the exception of one of the ones we just ran into. But this kind of falls into the same group as the Draconians and wanting to kill them. But most of the things down here, resistant to poison, so the combo is completely useless. But Draconian packs, as long as they're not green, are easily wiped out with that combo. Jeez. And yeah, some are very scary because they have damnation and do any of them? None of them have the other. Oh my gosh, brain. You can do this. What was I thinking of? I need something undead and scary in front of me so that I can see it. Torment. Yeah, I don't think any of them torment, but they do have, yeah, that damnation that's irresistible damage, which is definitely always scary. Wow, just took a step towards them and throw nets and stuff. So could shatter here, but yeah, let's use the combo we were just talking about. Luckily, as they'll approach us a bit more here, they should stop hurling damnation so they don't hit their friends, but there are some conditions where they'll do so because there's some sort of checklist that the AI goes through as to determine whether killing allies is worth it or not. So don't be completely comfortable in our safety here. There's always the chance that one of them will decide that, you know, Fred's life doesn't matter too much. So if we have to take out Fred to kill this crazy gargoyle that's invading, so be it. Ooh, I do wish we had resist corrosion. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. Nah, let's just keep igniting poison. We're gonna blow through most of these buddies and then LCS finishes the job. So we were being a little performative there. Definitely should have taken out that pack a little more cleanly. Probably will in the future, but I did kind of want to just see if just that combination of OTR was truly as strong as I believe it to be. It definitely did all right on its own, all things considered. Also, I should be using my draining pickaxe again, or trident. Pickaxe. What game am I thinking of? I haven't played Valheim that much super recently. I want to play Minecraft. I really want to see what all has changed since I haven't really played it since the early days. Back in like 2012 is when I got in a whole lot of Minecraft. So I got mono, or 2011, 2012 in that range. Got mono, so good excuse to just do nothing but build cool castles all day. But unfortunately, I've completely lost access to that account on Minecraft because they changed over from Mojang to whoever bought it to whoever else bought it. It's probably Microsoft or something now, right? And I think I went through one of the like account transitions that you had to do, but I have no idea what email I linked it to or anything like that. So that's just lost to time. But it's wacky to me that Minecraft is 45 bucks these days. It makes sense. They've added a whole lot of content and they can definitely get away with it. People will spend anything to make their children happy. But definitely throws me off a little bit. Oh, Tiamat. Okay. Ooh, did you get a sprite change there? You're looking on fleek there, Tiamat. Interesting. Could be wrong about that, but I think that's different than the one I recognize. But definitely a scary elite. 385 health. I mean, makes sense that she's scary. Is one of the 2 deities of all Dragonborn, so... Oh man, what is the other deity? It's Tiamat and Bahamut? Something like that, I think. That sounds right at the very least. But can hit for 60 damage, plus her +4 Bardish, and can also tail slap in there for 45. So, holy crap. I'm probably gonna run there. We're just gonna run. Puts us in a bit of an interesting situation here, because 2 of our stairways are very close to this scary lady. We could hope our 3rd stairway isn't, but if that's not the case, we have to deal with Tiamat. Which, if it's not totally painfully obvious, scares me quite a bit. But we'll see how it goes. Let's take out some of the Draconians in the pack here, and I'm even tempted to throw out like a shatter or 2 when she comes around the corner. Okay, let's try it out. Shatter. Shatter. Oh, we failed to cast it, unfortunately. She is flying, I guess, so maybe that's not the best move, but then we head upstairs before she gets too close. The other kind of subtle option that we have here, besides just hoping that the other stairway works out and maybe having to face her, almost definitely having to face her actually, because I don't want to leave her for our trip back upstairs. But the other option that doesn't solve that last issue that I brought up is to try and draw her to a stairway, take her upstairs, teleport away by some means or run away by some means, and then head down to different stairs and, you know, effectively park her up here. But we'll have to see if that's necessary. Oh my gosh, the stairway is so close to her. Oh, this character is so strong. I can probably take Tiamat, it's just scary. And I definitely want to come into it prepared. And not get surrounded. So let's, yeah, bring any enemies to me. That would be nice. If you could all just come this way. You know what? Corrosive buddies can get out of here. In fact, I'm taking you upstairs. I don't want to risk this. Oh, man. Being very stupid, for being honest. Being very stupid with my decisions here, but very much just burning all of our resources to quickly take out these targets. Don't mind making noise, because if we could draw Tiamat up here, that's something as well. We're not at full mana. You're up here. She's cold-blooded and maybe slowed by cold attacks. Too bad we don't do any of those. Immune to electricity, resistant to poison. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh man, Lahudib's crystal spheres will do a number, even with her ridiculous AC. At least she isn't good at evading, so we can try and just power out a bunch of damage in rapid succession. In fact, let's try an LCS. How'd that do? Not very well. I'm running. Get the heck out of there. And let's head back up to the original stairs we went down at the furthest south and run into Tiamat from this direction, or not, just run into a bunch of these hooligans. Okay, burn through everything just to take them out. Jeez, Tiamat, why are you so scary, lady? And this time we're going to the 3rd stairway, the middle one. Okay, she's not here. There she is. Okay, if we're fighting her, we're fighting her. So I'm hasting. And then, do you know what? I'll use a brilliance too. We're going to go all out because this is one of the strongest elites you can run into in the game. I am going to run through the cloud just to back off. There we go. I wanted both my servitor and me to be able to launch LCS at Tiamat at the same time. I have to be a little bit careful because if the servitor misses, the servitor might hit me, which is no good. But let's do this. LCS. LCS? Come on, servitor. We're so close. This should do it. Nice. Okay. Tiamat is I think one of the strongest uniques in the entire game. Could be wrong about that for sure, but I know that I'm absolutely scared out of my wits of her. So that makes sense. Scarf of Resistance, if I take this off. Oh, why am I even wearing this? It does literally nothing for us. So instead, Dragon Skin Cloak. Base armor of 1 plus 4 as well. Does it do anything? Oh, Draconian Resistances. Somewhat unreliably. A chance to resist it. Oh, when it hits. That's very cool. I think I have seen that before, but it's been a long time since I both ran into Tiamat and felt comfortable enough to fight her. But I'll definitely take that one. That's a huge win in my books.